Good morning, fam. This is Cool Vids, or also known as Paradox Cycle, and I thought I'd follow up with a part two, so of cool thoughts, and I guess here we go. So I've been kind of going out there on Twitter just because I'm really passionate about this whole digital collectible universe. I've been really gotten into. Before that, I was, doing reselling on eBay, and I would get into the collectibles and stuff like that. And I thought these things are pretty darn cool, and people would want them. And so I felt like I was actually providing a pretty cool service. I was kind of getting these things, checking them out, pretty cool. Maybe a couple bucks getting them to a brand new home, which really felt cool too. People really appreciated that. There's some people in some areas where they can't get stuff, or they're not able to have access to that, or maybe even a different country. So I thought that really kind of piqued my interest and opened my eyes on that, and just thought it was really cool. And the fact with these digital collectibles that I didn't hear about them much earlier even piqued my interest more. So I kind of got started first on OpenSea, and I got started on OpenSea just because, you get into crypto, and I got into crypto. I had a coworker at my job. He was showing me this Shiba Inu, and he says, "Look at this. It kind of jumped up. It's really a hot commodity and everything like that." And I looked at it, and I was like, "Huh, it's really spiking." And I'm weird. I've never liked going to anything that's way too popular. Now, maybe I missed out a ton. That's just my style of doing things. And I was like, okay, well, that's something to definitely keep an eye on. So I did some research, looked at it, see what it was about, where it came from, and it just opened up a whole new world. Crypto technologies and everything like that. Before that, I actually had dabbled into it, just because I like to play on my really downtime, like kind of like online, like little kind of web, like one or two games. So I used to really mess around with this thing called Adventure Quest. Thought it was like the goofiest thing ever, and there was like really like silly humor in there. It was just, the animation style didn't have to be perfect, and I kind of liked that. Sometimes you go from playing games that are really high end, but sometimes you don't want high end. You want something that's kind of, I grew up with 8-bit, and I thought that was pretty neat. So I was playing that, and somehow I started learning about like Bitcoin and stuff like that. So sad to admit, I kind of had, I believed, on my computers, on one of my hard drives, downloaded a miner and started mining this stuff. Now the exact date of when I was doing this stuff is not exact. I don't remember. I just remember I had made a cool little algorithm to help me kind of gain experience and stuff on this Adventure Quest, and I left my computer on. I was like, well, if I leave my computer on, this whole Bitcoin thing, maybe I could just leave that in the background. It's not taking up much, power. Just let it run for a little while. And I let it run from, I don't know, maybe like a week or two. So I have no idea what it ever did. But one day I'll go back and see if I actually got anything out of it. So maybe it was a fake coin or something else. But I thought that just throw that in there just for giggles. Or like, dude, you need to go in your hard drive and check them out. You might have some Bitcoin in there. But yeah, so Shiba Inu, and the market tanked. And I thought myself, okay, this is a nice little opportunity I can get into. So I'm gonna start driving here, guys. I actually do Lyft, if you already know, part-time. Kids always need new shoes. I have a growing collection of little items I have. I like to make sure I have a little extra cash for that. And I absolutely refuse to dip into any of my other resources to, take from one thing and give to another. Again, guys, my style. It's like what I like to do. It's how I roll. And that's it. The sun is in my eyes, and I see the mountain in the distance. There's a little song for you. So yeah, man, this is usually how I start my morning. Get my cup of coffee. If I got a little bit of time, make a little extra couple bucks. Now doing some cool videos, and connecting with people I never thought I'd connect with, which is totally awesome. So, so with that, going back to the first Shiba Inu. So it tanks, I buy some, and I hold on to it for months. And I start really getting feedback from people, especially my coworker, poor guy, where, you know, you have the FUD and everything before they hit the FOMO. So, and these are terms I really didn't know much about. So I learned a lot during this time. And of course, if you can kind of pinpoint where this conversation was coming from, you'll know when I probably started really getting into into crypto and stuff like that. And so it spiked up, and it was pretty crazy. And then I, you know, sold some of it, and watched it some more. Started growing up to some even bigger. And I end up, you know what? I'm just gonna fix my phone here so it doesn't fall. No editing, guys. This is how I roll. So you get to see the real me. No fakes. So yeah. So lost my train of thought there, guys. Sorry. Yeah. So I was able to sell some, and then it spikes a little bit, and I decided let me buy a whole bunch more. You know, because it's just kind of growing a little bit. It's not a giant spike. And then I stopped. Just held on to it. And I had mentioned it to another friend when it was down, and I said, hey, dude, you know, I think this is kind of a good opportunity. Here's an all-time high. Here's a low. And he actually ended up getting some too. And when it spiked, he was really happy, you know. I kind of helped him out with some extra cash, and I was kind of glad that, you know, I had some extra cash. And eventually, you know what, thought the project was cool, thought the ideas were cool, looked at other opportunities, sold those for a little bit of profit. And again, guys, I'm not talking about a fortune here. For me, this is something where it was a little bit extra cash, help pay for gas, help pay for milk. You know, milk's expensive, man. Milk, and paid for other items. And it really helped out in a time where some parts of my family, I have 2 older boys and 2 younger boys, and they needed help, and that ability was there. I didn't sell it because I wanted to get the newest thing. I didn't want to sell it because I wanted to, you know, pay for something else. I sold it because it was time to take profits, and I knew that, you know, that what I should do just felt kind of just right. And I took care of my fam, which was really, really cool. It was a experience that really taught me a lot. So that's kind of how I got really started into crypto, and then looking into NFTs. I thought like that was really cool with OpenSea and just experimenting with that. And I think that kind of bled from messing around with MetaMask. And then I kind of started doing research. I was like, okay, what's like OpenSea? And Vivi popped up, and I was like, man, this is cool. You know, I did the physical collectibles, reselling them, and you know, got into Vivi, started, you know, picking up some stuff there and everything, and eventually the market kind of corrected on that, and that's a lot of different reasons, guys. I'm not gonna knock Vivi at all. I think, you know, any platform is an awesome platform. They're all growing the space. They're all doing good. If you looked at my Twitters, I'm really positive. There's too many people out there just either pushing in one extreme, doing FOMO, fear of missing out, saying you have to get into this or else. And it's like, no, you know, this, like, if you believe in something, just be positive about it and share your positivity, share your excitement. And I think that's going to get more people kind of curious than if you're just kind of saying, hey, you're going to miss out. And then they're not going to like you because you kind of made it seem like this was, you know, a pot of gold at the rainbow. Again, my style, take it for what it is, and we'll roll with that. Now I'm trying to think what else to kind of add to these. I think it's easier when I do this in my head than actually doing it live. And it's a little nerve-wracking knowing that people are going to see this, and just going from there. So yeah, so I lost some. Well, I didn't lose the perceived value of the items because they had this thing called retail, right? And at the time I started joining, There were some few drops I got, which was really cool, which I paid, what they call retail, and then the prices went eventually below that as people started selling off. And again, there's a lot of variables to that, guys. Do your research. Maybe I'll do a video what my thoughts are on that. And again, it's all positive. Things happen in markets. A lot of people come and go. Different things occur. And I don't want to go into it big time on this video because I want to kind of go in a different direction. And I said, okay, let me take a break. I've seen stuff like this happen before. Let me just play it by ear and keep my eyes on it. And as it kind of really went down a lot more below what they call retail, which was the initial price that people paid for stuff, I was like, okay, you know what? I've seen this game before. Let me pick up a few items here and there. I really like it. I like the comic books. Comic books are really cool. Collected comic books when I was a kid, and I was like, this is cool. I can carry them in the palm of my hand. They won't go bad. I can view them whenever I want to. And I was like, okay, I can definitely dig this. So the same thing I did with OpenSea, I did with VeVe. I said, okay, platform like VeVe. I was like, let me expand my horizons. What am I missing out on here? Some of the best kept secrets are the ones that are kind of lightly forgotten or left in the dust. Or maybe just, we're early. It's super early. A lot of people don't know about this stuff. They don't talk about it. So, especially that most people in my work didn't talk about it. They didn't get into it. So I thought that was really cool. And I'll get onto that more about that here in a second. So I did a search, and then I came across a really awesome platform that I would come to really like and love is Quidd. And when I looked at this platform, I was blown away on how many brands there were on there, big brands. And it was really cool because with these brands, there was stuff from Cartoon Network, there was stuff from all genres, anime, Star Trek, sci-fi, fantasy, like Magic the Gathering, and Dungeons and Dragons. And I was like, it just brought back a whole bunch of nostalgia and memories, not just from my childhood, but my kids' childhoods while they were growing up, and the shows they used to watch, and the memories that we had, and laughs, and all that good stuff. So I was like, this is pretty freaking cool, man. It's not just a physical collectible, but something I can have in the palm of my hand, I can look at, enjoy. And then I thought to myself, what are the possibilities of this in the future? How can this grow? What can this become? So when I was in high school, going back in time to the age of troglodytes and cavemen. So I'm actually a pretty silly, funny guy. Most people that might initially talk to me might think I'm pretty serious, but as you get to know me, I'm kind of just a laid back, just I think a goofy kind of guy, a little bit of a dork. But yeah. So back in high school, when I had gotten my first real computer, it was a Packard Bell. It's 66 megahertz, and yeah. I played gaming back then. I remember when I played Doom, Duke Nukem. What was it called? I'm not going to remember it right now. And it was such a cool game, too. It was like a magic fantasy type of game. But they made a slew of them. And it might come back to me another time. But I got this one program called Graphic Workshop. And the Graphic Workshop, or GIF Workshop, I think it was like Graphic Workshop or GIF Workshop. I can't remember. But it was for the Windows 3.11, and I thought this thing was cool as hell. And the sun's behind me. I don't want to blind you guys here, so I'm just gonna move to a different spot. I'm kind of getting ready to start my lift day. It's Labor Day, and I have work, my full-time job here at 12, and I'm doing this to make sure I have extra cash for everyday life. So again, don't want to dip into my other stuff. Going back to high school. So Graphic Workshop. This thing was really cool. I was able to download dragons from, like Dungeons and Dragons, or, Margaret Weiss and Tracy Huckman's, and sorry if I butchered any of that stuff, Dragonlance, and I download the fantasy stuff and put in my wallpaper. And I would download other stuff too. And it was cool because, this was kind of like the real kind of peak in the modem speed market, where you could actually do a lot of cool things. And I thought, whoa, this is cool. I can download this stuff. How hard it was before to just get a physical and put it on the wall. And that's cool too, But right there on my computer, this is awesome. And it just kind of clicked with me. And it made a lot of sense. And it was a lot of fun. And you could just resize them. You could change them. You could do a lot of stuff. So it kind of helped with kind of, little skills I kind of developed early on to edit and do stuff. And I'm really still a novice, guys, but, and it just, that to me kind of was another stepping stone in seeing how in time things would look and be with what I do now with the digital collectibles. So people, with me being on Twitter and stuff like that, people are like, man, you paid money for that? Like, oh, that stuff can be done in Blender in 5 minutes, or man, that can be done easy. Seeing the growth of the mobile market, and having had some of the earlier mobile phones going back many, many, many years, that stuff was not very, very good. It was a very tiny little screen. The speeds were tiny and slow. We just recently got into like 5G being really mass adopted. So we're talking about like, I don't know, mobile phones. I don't know if it was 2G and then went to 3G, but I think I was just like in the cusp of it. I had a Samsung Omnia when I first got my, I think my real all connected phone. And the Samsung Omnia was supposed to be the be all and end all, like the be all, like all in one. And I got like big hands, guys. So like, pressing those little buttons on there and a tiny little screen, it's like, and I got good eyesight, but I was like, holy cow, man. It was still really cool doing YouTube. Open up a whole new world right there on your phone. You could, see pictures, put backgrounds, and I was like, oh, okay, I remember this. This is like when I was in high school. And it's just cool seeing this progression from the web one that I was growing up with to something more, to mobile phones, interconnectability. And it was just neat, and seeing how a lot of these kind of renditions on Quid's platform being low, not like, I won't even say low graphics. They're just not like, Unreal Engine 5 or something like that. And they might be, I don't know. But to me, I think a simpler design is usually a better design. We look at Minecraft, right? Boxes and pixels. We look at Roblox, and we look at the original video game systems. They're going retro. You see them now doing these 2D and platform games, and it's because there's a certain allure, there's a certain kind of fun in that hey, you could have the high gaming experience. With me and my middle son, we used to play Destiny a ton. And we also played Borderlands, and it was cool, like if I woke up in the middle of the night, put some headphones, I couldn't really sleep, I'd get on and, as my son would say, we'd slay some Binacos. And I don't know why in Borderlands you'd call the psychos Binacos, but it was just a funny little term we kind of share. And on Quinn, there's Borderlands. I have a lot of little pops, which is really cool. But yeah, it was just really amazing, the progression with this. And I understood too that when you have a wireframe around these things, when you have this metadata, that you can have something which was called, and this might happen, it might not happen, an up conversion over time. So when you have information put in, and you have this rendering, this kind of the way this stuff is built, you can add different layers to it. You can build upon it. It's kind of like, building on the bones of a building, or building on a foundation. And to me, it's like, as technology progresses, the information's still there. You can build upon that, You know, it's got the bones. It's still good. So, and also a lot of people's phones aren't all high tech. So this is kind of like an intermission period where things are growing and things are changing. So to me, it perfectly made sense. And I think right now the best thing is that people don't really understand this stuff. They might not like this stuff. And with some of the Twitter tweets I did yesterday, or I should say last night, the Rick and Morty season is coming out. I think it's season 6. I just want to make sure I'm saying that right. And crazy show. I think it's awesome. And I also have a lot of Rick and Morty pops and mystery minis and collectibles too on Quid. I tweeted on there and I kind of did a little little GIF, and those GIFs are only 20 seconds. So you kind of just show, you record your little guy and the little figure. I usually like to spin them. So you can see that they're 3D. They're not just a 2-dimensional picture or model. And you gotta do it by hand. It doesn't like let you just touch it and it spin, especially if you own it. So I just do it by hand. It's a little fun to me. I do between clients on my full-time job, and kind of put it out there and said, hey, I've been waiting a long time for the season to come out, but thank goodness I had my my digital collectibles on Quid to pass, basically pass the time. And some people called me a scammer, that those are fake, and one person said, hey, I hope you didn't pay money for that. And I was actually glad that happened, and that was cool back to the people. I mean, I think, again, positivity, spreading the word, just that this stuff's really cool. Walt Disney, when he was going to come out with an idea, he would ask 10 people what about the idea. And if 10 people shot it down, didn't like it, or said no, he started working on the idea right away. And that was such a mind-blowing thought, because that means you're early, that means it's innovative, and it means that no one else is doing it. And that was such an avant-garde thing for Walt Disney to do. And look what he created. Look what he kind of established for so many generations. And I thought to myself, this is cool. Very few people know about this. Very few people understand it, and they really don't see it like in a positive light, just because of they don't know about it, or they don't have understanding of it. And I thought, okay, cool, I need to collect more, I need to spread the word out there, and we'll see where it takes me. So it's an interesting little journey I've kind of embarked on, but I definitely think it's gonna be pretty cool. And I think with these cool vids, it's gonna be a documentation of that, be it just maybe if it becomes nothing, or if it becomes something bigger, that I kind of share that with people. And maybe other people are in the same journey as me, and we can kind of talk and share, and maybe I can make a couple friends along the way, and that'd be cool, really cool too. So I think for now, guys, that's about it. Hopefully I do a part 3. I'm not gonna make any promises, but yeah, I'll just keep on making these and see where it takes me. But check out Vivi, check out Quid, check out OpenSea, check out everything. I'm even on to Neon Mob, which is really cool. Neon Mob is free right now, so I think free is good. When I first got into Quid, it was still free. Thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I do buy these collectibles now that the market's been in the cash market for a while, and they've really brought a lot of collabs and artists, and also licensed digital posters, which I love collecting those. Those are cool. And I am into Topps also. I remember Topps as a kid, and there's a Marvel, there's the Disney, there's Star Wars, there's all the sports, and the Panini too. So those are free right now. I don't think it's gonna be free forever, guys. So find out what you like. I'm wild, I'm crazy. When I have downtime, I'll go into it. I'll get my little stuff for that day and reminisce. Like garbage truck right next to me where I'm parked. It's like, come on, Chris, get to work. And yeah, just enjoy, guys. I think if you look at it as an aspect of more fun, than as a moneymaker. You'll be a lot more cool about it, a lot more chill. You won't be affected by the FOMO or the FUD as much. And you may find a community out there that you really didn't know existed. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of really cool people, and hopefully one day I get to meet these people in person. So anyway, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and again, this is Cool Vids Paradox Cycle. Till next time, ciao.